All right, family. This is day 2. And I'm on my way to the beginning of Route 66. What's going on, everybody? This is a beautiful morning to be out here on the Indian Pursuit. This is day 1 of my journey. I took a ride around Chicago to find the start of Route 66. I found Mama exit right here, but I'm not going to get any gas. Might try to find something to eat, though. We'll see. All right, family. I'm going to go ahead and see what they have that I might be able to use as breakfast. As always, I'm the Fairweather Rider, and I will be back soon.
All right, everybody. I decided to stop at Indian Motorcycle on Route 66. I'm going to go in here and see if I can find me a souvenir, maybe a t-shirt, to show that I made it to this Indian dealership. I'm also going to talk with some of the people in here to see if they can tell me what happened when the Legends Never Die tour came through and visited this motorcycle dealership. I'm also going to ask about what impact did they have when they came through, whether or not a lot of them purchased any souvenirs like the ones that I'm going to try to get while I'm here. Let's go in here and see what they have, and when I come back out, I'll let you know what I found out. So I went in there and the guy said they definitely remember the Legends Never Die tour. He said there were over 80 motorcycles that showed up at one time as part of the tour, and they all went exploring to buy different things, souvenirs to take back with them. So I decided to go ahead on and get me a shirt to show that I have been here. What's going on, everybody? I made it to a major tourist attraction along Route 66. This is called the Gemini Giant. All right, you can see right here that the launching pad located Route 53 or Route 66 in Wilmington, Illinois, began as the Diary Delight in 1960, selling hot dogs and ice cream. In 1965, owners John and Bernice expanded the menu and renamed it the Launching Pad Dive-In, inspired by the newly formed U.S. space program. A year later, in May 1966, they erected a 28-foot tall, 500-pound fiberglass Gemini Giant statue purchased for $3,500. I bet you can't get that thing for $3,500 today. That's for sure. See what the other side of this sign says. Okay, this gives you a little bit of the history. Route 66. And this, my friend, is Gemini Man. I'm gonna see if I can get myself in here. Yeah, behind me, that right there's the Gemini Man. See if I can get the whole Gemini Man in the picture. There we go. There he is, the Gemini Man. This right here is considered one of the major attractions. I might go over there to that building just to kind of see what they sell over there. Route 66, we are in Wilmington, Illinois. Like it's well maintained. Look at this right here. One of the things that lets you know the directions of things that are in town. You got Braidwood, Godly, Gemini Giant. You got the Braceville and the Braidwood Zoo. Wonder how close I am to that zoo. Might be. If I had time, that would be something worth going to. Let me turn this thing around, y'all, so y'all can see the fair weather rider. See me standing next to this sign right here. Yep. Here we go. The old sign. You've seen enough of me to look at what else is offered. This must be a state where you're not required to wear helmets. Well, I've seen several bikers with no helmet. Hey guys, at these last two places I stopped, I managed to get a couple of souvenirs. I got a t-shirt from the Route 66 Indian dealership, and then I got a t-shirt from the Gemini Giant. So the next time I stop, I'm gonna look for something for my wife, since she's been a good sport about me being on this long trip. As I told y'all, this right here is the longest trip that I'm taking on a motorcycle since I've been riding. I started off in Alexandria, Louisiana, rode all the way to Chicago, and then stayed overnight, and now I'm on day one, my day one. I'm going to ride from here to Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, where I'm going to stay overnight, and then I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning. I'm probably going to get an earlier start tomorrow morning than I did today. Today I started at about 7:30. So tomorrow my goal is to start somewhere between 5:30 and 6, so that I can meet up with them tomorrow night and then start riding with them Saturday morning. This is the fair weather rider. I'm about to get back on this road. You know what it is. There's blue in the sky, so it's time to ride. Throw a leg over that motorcycle you have and get out there and put some miles on it. That's what I'm about to do. Join me, y'all, out on this road. Let's do it. No, really, let's do it.
Although I did stop to get a little gas after I left the Giant, I decided not to record that, but this time I'm stopping at Murphy's. So I'm going to call this stop number 2. As I told you guys, I'm not going to stop at every 4 locations that the legend stopped at when they was coming through this way. I'm going to pick 2 locations for the first 2 days. And then when I catch up with them, that's when I'll start hitting all 4 locations with them.
I am going to catch up with them on the night of the 29th. And then I'll start riding with them on the 30th. And then from the 30th all the way through the end of the tour on the 3rd, I'll be with them Die tour. Stay with me, family. If you made it this far into the video, go ahead on and hit that like button. I'm told it helps the algorithm. Hit that notification bell so you'll know when I upload the next video in this installment. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this tour of Route 66. Let's get a dialogue going. I do respond to all comments. And more importantly, hit that subscribe button. That's the best way to show that you support the channel without any cost to you. Let's get through to the end. This is day number 2 of my journey on Route 66. This is the Fairweather Rider, and I will be back.
All right, family, we're leaving gas stop. I'm going to call it gas stop number 2. Based on how far we got to go, we're probably going to have 2 more gas stops. We're not going as far as we did yesterday. Over 900 miles. I think this ride, the total riding time is between 700 and 800 miles. Just know I'm putting some miles on this pursuit. Hey, I'm just starting to use this thing. And I just realized that that triangle right there allows you to report when there are things going on the road so that the drivers following you who are using Google Maps would benefit from whatever you put in. So I hit that button right there. If I see a squad car and say police in the area, and when someone else comes in the same area who's using Google Maps, it will alert them and say police in the area, and then ask them, is it still there? Same thing with objects in the road, construction, lane closures. So it gives you a few options, and you can also check other, but I'm assuming if you check other, you got to type something in. So you don't want to be doing that while you're riding a motorcycle, but that's a great function to look at when you're out in your vehicle and you're using Google Maps. Now I'm using mine with an Android, but I'm just going to assume that it will work the same way with an iPhone. That triangle right there, can y'all see it? It's right there. You hit that triangle and it gives you options to select. And y'all see that? I just let everyone know that there was an object on the road back there. Probably took me about 5 seconds. The only problem is, when you're on a motorcycle, it can be a distraction. So now somebody who's coming up behind me is going to get a message saying there's an object on the road. Is it still there?
All right, guys. If you look over there to the right, right above that 18-wheeler, you'll see the top of the St. Louis Arch. I believe that the guys, when they came through for the Legends Never Die tour, actually went over to visit the arch. At this time, it's after 5 o'clock, and they stopped allowing people to go up in the arch at 5. So I'm not going to stop there because I won't be able to do anything with it other than to do what I'm doing now, which is show you a picture. Besides, I visited the arch before with my family. We got a chance to go up in the arch all the way to the top. We rode some little cars up to the top, and I can tell you that it's very narrow up there. So if you are someone who's claustrophobic, you probably would not have a good time. But once you get up there, you can see pretty much the entire city of St. Louis. It is a great place to visit if you have time to do so and can get there while it's still open. So if you haven't visited the Arch in St. Louis, I encourage you to do so. Let's get back on mission.
What's going on, everybody? Fair weather. This is the fair weather rider. Stop number 3. As I said at the last stop, I think I'm going to make at least one more stop.
Head southwest, then turn right.
As I said at the last stop, I'm pretty sure I'm going to make one more stop before I reach our final destination. I'm probably about 270 miles from my final destination. And this is a 5.5 gallon tank, so the most I'm going to get out of it is about 220 miles. And I'm not going to push it all the way to the end. I'll probably stop when I get somewhere around 50 to 75 miles from my destination, and I'll do the same thing that I did this morning. I won't gas up when I get ready to get on the road. I'll just get a little bit into the ride, maybe about an hour, hour and a half, and then I'll stop to get some gas. Tomorrow's ride is going to be much shorter than the last 2 days. The first day, I went almost 950 miles. The second day, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go over 800 miles. Tomorrow, I anticipate the ride being somewhere between 550 and 575. Depending on how many times I stop, it could get up to 600. But it should be a short day in the saddle. This is the Fairweather Rider. I'm putting miles on this Indian Pursuit, y'all. I told y'all this is the longest trip I've gone on since I've been riding motorcycles. Even riding with the Buffalo Soldiers when I rode from Alexandria up to Concord, North Carolina, and when I go with the Buffalo Soldiers from Alexandria to Tampa, Florida. This will be the longest time, that, especially when you're talking about consecutive days. Stay with me, family. If you made it this far, I know you've already hit that like button. I know you're going to hit that subscribe button. I know you're going to hit that notification bell so you'll know when the next video in this series is loaded. Gonna leave me a comment, let me know how you like this format, how you like this type riding.
So for all you people that say the Fairweather Rider does not ride in rain, you can see that that's obviously not true. I will tell you that I will not start a ride when it's raining, but I have been caught out riding in the rain a few times. So I'm going to keep rolling, but if it gets too bad, I have no shame in pulling over and wait till it slack up a little bit. Hopefully, this is as worse as it's going to get. And I'm hoping that it slacks up real soon. When everything is closed up, these cameras are waterproof. But when I put that Bluetooth device into the camera, it's no longer waterproof. If water hits at the right angle, I will lose a camera. It looks like we're riding directly into the rain. Gonna see how long it lasts. Even though I'm traveling about 150 miles less than I did yesterday, taking me a little longer to get here. I no doubt stayed at stops longer than I should have, but it's all good because I still think I'm on pace to catch up with the group tomorrow night.
weather rider. This is stop number, I believe, number 4. And this is also going to be my last stop for the night. I ran into some rain, and the rain lasted for about 100 miles. As I said, I won't start a ride in the rain, but if it starts raining after I'm already on the road, especially this deep into a ride, I just throw on my rain gear and keep it moving. So that's what I did. Stopped, put on my rain gear, and got back on the road. Want to use caution because it was raining, so it did slow me down some. Slowed me down about an hour, hour and a half, but that's all good. Safety is more important than speed. Remember that. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you made it this far into the video. Hit that notification bell so you'll know when I upload day 3 of this trip. And then leave me a comment. Let's get a dialogue going. Let me know the longest ride that you're going on this year. This is definitely the longest one I'm gonna take. I'll be back.
All right, everybody, I'm about a half a mile to a mile from the hotel. This concludes day number 2 of my ride of Route 66. I'm gonna go check into this room. I got a couple of things that must be done tonight or this morning. Once I get those things done, I'm gonna crash.
All right, family. This concludes day 2 of my journey. As I said, I'm on a mission to catch up with the guys that are on the Legends Never Die tour. The last couple of days have been some rough riding, y'all. It's been fun, but I've been putting it in. As you can see, 1,685 miles in 2 days. And I still have 6 days of travel, 1 day to catch up with the guys, 5 days to ride with them, and then I got to make my way back to the Cajun State, which is probably going to be another 2 days of travel and another 1,700 or so miles. Stay with me. We're on this journey together, family. We're on this journey together. So I'm going to close out this video by reminding you guys, if there's blue in the sky, that means it's time to ride. Throw a leg over that bike at your house and go ahead on and put some miles on it. And always remember to put God first, dream big, work with a purpose, and believe in yourself. I believe in you. Let's believe together. Make sure you come back for the next video. I'm out.